what's going on in the world today is that the gospels of all real truthful perception of faithful religions have been validated beyond any reasonable doubts. Okay? Temptation and abuse and manipulation and all kinds of stuff has, been thrust upon religious people eternally. You know, see if this guy's for real. Everybody's got a price. Everybody will do this. Everybody will do that. And manipulated relationships don't work. We all, in order to live, we need holy covenants. We need to honor our gift of life by loving one another. And so when people take away your affection, your intimacy, and your romance, and you'll never get it, and you'll never have it, and you'll fight and kill to get it. And it's like, I'm going to teach you to regard it, appreciate it, and respect it. That's what I'm going to do. Well, life is eternal and grace is infinite, right? We need faithful love. We don't need to fight and kill to stay alive because other people aren't faithful lovers. And when you're not a faithful lover, you put everything at risk that you think is worth fighting and killing over. But you're broken, right? And when you sit here and you watch these people on television, right? And they're doing things over and over again. Commercials. Hey, 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 what you got to say? Selling products instead of standing up for the Lord's Prayer. Okay? Making lots of money that gets people murdered and abused because they're compromised sexually, emotionally, psychologically, right? And you guys keep drawing attention to these dysfunctional psychopaths and then praising them for their hard work and their charitable deeds. Okay? And they haven't stood for the Lord's Prayer a day in their worthless fucking lives. Okay? You have the capacity to stand up for the Lord's Prayer, but yet you refuse to do it. A lot of you will, on these football games, they will draw crosses, thinking they're honoring Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the man who was ritually sacrificed by an empire to say, don't disobey us. We are a republic. We vote our leaders in place. We have human authority. And if you don't have money to pay us to live here, we will slowly torture you and kill you to teach you a lesson so you never disobey us again, right? And you will sit and watch these people on television constantly getting praised for being bad, for being selfish, for being wicked and evil. They get all the best stuff at all the best places with all the best products. Okay? They have real nice voices. Very physically desirable. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. You'd be like having to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. I can only wonder how touching you would make me feel. But if I take that chance right now, tomorrow will you want me still? Because I could take you in my arms and never let you go. I could fall in love with you. All right? Do you even know what the fuck love is? How much money does it cost? How many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon? You're out of focus, Mr. Foot. Right? The best dialogue in all the world, okay, for the last 15 years has happened to some degree when I wasn't on Facebook because it was easier to talk there, on this YouTube channel, okay? The most intelligent person that any of you have access to, okay? All you need is a library card. And you can go sit in front of a computer and you can go to YouTube and you can go to the 13th, 22nd Redeemer and Me, all right? And you can sit and listen to the man like Jesus and King David teach crazy rocket scientist how not to be a home invading, manipulating pervert. Okay? And not use cute little girls on commercials saying, I'm free on Sunday. It's my me time. Works for me. Okay. What do you call work? Marketing, exploiting, manipulating, abusing, okay, making people feel vulnerable. Okay, all this thing you guys derive as entertainment, we don't need to, okay, ever again. Dress people up in clothing, pretending they're living 700 years ago, 1,700 years ago, 4,000 years ago, taking broadswords and hacking each other up, raping, looting, pillaging. I remember reading the book about Crazy Horse. And they had said how one woman, they had cut her baby out and laid it beside her, and they had scalped all the women's private parts. And I remember I didn't have to see the movie. I already was like, oh my gosh. I would never want to see anything like that, and I don't ever want to see it again. To commit the sin in the mind is the same to commit it in the flesh. You know, as soon as that sin's been committed, I don't ever want to hear about that again, and I don't ever want to see anything like that ever again. I am the spirit of King David. I am the spirit of Yahweh. Okay? Don't ever walk up to me, read Constantine and Jerome's book, and tell me what Jesus is thinking. Don't you ever tell me what Jesus would do today so the children could all live the love of his perfect commands. Don't you ever commit that egregious sin on me. Okay? Yes, David Rockefeller hates you. Okay? He trapped you in hell with his money and his technology. Okay? And you're wallowing there because you think you're better than me and that your Jesus, that's a cartoon character given to you by Jerome and Constantine, is better than me. And I guarantee you, you and your cartoon character are not better than me. Okay? This ain't The Missing. I'm not Rodney Grant. You're not some girl trying to pretend to be Cate Blanchett's daughter. And you ain't shit for luck. Okay? And we don't have Clint Howard doing a cameo in his brother's movie so we can all pay our bills. Okay? You said Joe Montana, you crazy asshole. Right? Okay. You guys need to grow up real fast. Okay? You have a very patient and loving father. Okay? You have the most patient and loving father in the history of the world in the United States of America. Okay? Donald Trump's father is holding a Samsung Galaxy 10 phone. He bought it Walmart about 5 to 6 years ago, and he is more patient, okay, than Donald Trump deserves. More patient than Joe Biden and Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton deserve, right? Or William Jefferson Clinton, for that matter. Okay? The NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, and FIFA. I am the most patient father in the history of the world. Okay? More patient than you deserve. I think we can all agree upon that, right? You don't need any more money. You don't need people praising you to go out and fight over that money and then go out and be Ronald Reagan and trickle down the economics off your balcony and say you're the most charitable, beautiful, kind-hearted Walter Payton Award receiver in the history of the NFL, right? It's a very important award. No, what's very important is living the Lord's Prayer. Standing up without fear, okay? Respecting the man that could outrun anybody that ever served in the military or ever performed in the NFL. Okay? Outshoot Mark Wahlberg's, Mel Gibson's, and Danny Glover's imaginations. Okay? And had a better immune system than Freddie Freeman, who won 2 Major League MVP for World Series and stuff. Okay, that can withstand psychological and physiological and emotional and sexual abuse from the worst scientific pervert rocket scientists in the history of the world. And everybody knows it. Everybody in town knows it. Okay? The fact that people that work at White Sands could look me in the eye and say, "You're a bad man," is like, what the fuck are you thinking? Okay? On what planet am I a bad man? And what planet are you and your cartoon Jesus better than me? The answer? None planets, Earl. We go to Mars and we leave a little time capsule like those idiots are putting on the moon. I'm better than you and your cartoon Jesus. You put that time capsule on the moon, I'm better than you and your George Washington. George Washington owned slaves. I free slaves. Okay? My example is the example of the gracious good shepherd that people sing Christmas carols to. Do you understand me? I keep telling Patrick that they show me that ass and I kick it. I wake up in the morning and I wait for them to sing the Lord's Prayer with me, and they don't. They show me that ass, and Jesus says, "Kick it." It's not a football, and Lucy's going to get kicked way over that tree. I tell Patrick that too. I said, "I'm going to kick your ass so fucking hard and so far, they're going to need the Hubble telescope to find your ass floating around Uranus." and it's for that. And Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. is so nice. He's like Jesus, and he loves us, and he does everything in his ability to make sure we live the Lord's Prayer and inherit it eternally worldwide. He is the most beautiful man in the history of the world, and I love him. Yes, I do. Me too. I think everybody should love him the way that my homosexual personality does. I was raised in New Mexico, so I have a little bit of a Latino mix to my homosexual personalities. Yes, and I'm nicer than the person than Chichirang West, because I'm a sweeter person. Yes, because I don't believe in money. I believe in the Lord. Okay, thank you very much. So nice. Okay, well, I love you. We'll talk tomorrow. No, we'll talk later. It may take another 3 hours to load it, but we'll talk later. Probably one more time tonight. Okay. You know who loves you, baby. Who loves you, pretty baby. Who's gonna love you, mama?